Why, hello there. Today we're going to be making some portraits of some of the Addams family members. I started sketching Uncle Fester first. Just going to adjust my camera slightly. I intend to also paint Mother Addams, Morticia, and Thing. I don't know how long I can keep this straight face cold at. How's everybody doing? I hope everyone had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I was trying so hard not to smile, honestly. So the reason why I am dressed up like Wednesday Addams is because I've had this wig at home since the middle of June, and I had it like in rollers because I was gonna wear it to a costume party, but I ended up wearing a separate wig, and so I was doing some cleaning, and then I saw this wig and I was like, well, let me take the rollers out, and then I was like, this has bangs. This is basically the Netflix Wednesday Addams hair, and then I did pigtails, and then the clothes is just my clothes. So that's what we got going on today. And I am in my studio, and I have had people look at me strange for being dressed like Wednesday Addams in the middle of August. So you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, today we're gonna paint the Addams family. I'm trying not to be super cheery, but I couldn't I couldn't keep a straight face, which is so weird because usually I am just like, this is my default when I'm talking to people. I forget that normal people like smile and other stuff in conversation. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. Oh, I did not mean to punch the camera. But let us get started, shall we? I feel like this sketch of Uncle Fester is pretty close to what he looks like. I am going to start sketching Morticia. Let me use this one. I have, in case anybody's interested, I have started watching the Wednesday show on Netflix, at least the second season. I've watched the first season, obviously. I wouldn't watch the second season and not know what's going on. But I'm watching the second season. I've watched like the first 2 episodes. Sabrina used to watch the show with Mom, and Sabrina was like, "Oh, you're watching this without me?" I'm just thinking, I remember when you watched it without me, but and so we have to be in the same location in order to continue watching episodes of it. So I am only on episode 2. I did see some slight spoilers because my older sisters were watching it at my house before I started watching it, so I know some things, but it's an alright show. It's not. My favorite Wednesday was the Wednesday from Addams Family Values. I haven't seen the original black and white. I've seen clips of stuff with like Morticia and Fester. I haven't seen anything with Wednesday or Pugsley or Uncle Fester or anything like that. this cheekbone, it needs to be... That's not even cheekbone, that's like the eye socket. It needs to... It's just covering less of her face right there, so I need to make it closer to... over there. And then... get the cheekbones. Did everybody have a nice weekend? I finally went to the doctor yesterday about my foot. I apparently sprained my pinky toe. Nothing was broken, but, you know. It could have been worse. It could have been better. It could have just not been in pain anymore, but, you know, it is what it is. It's one of those things where you just have to take it in strides, you know. Unless Jesus wants to pour some healing oil on it, and then I wake up fine. I'm completely fine with that, Lord. But, yeah, I'm just trying to take it easy, which is hard for me. I don't like taking things easy. I don't like taking things easy at all, but, oh! Hi, Zombo. You're saying things on YouTube. Hello, Wednesday. Did you know that today is Tuesday? Jesus has your toe. You gotta make a rock song like that one guy. What one guy? Are you talking about Forrest Frank? He made a song with Steven Crowder about because Steven Crowder broke his leg, and he was like, "You might not can stand, but you can stand on the rock." Is that what you're talking about? Because if that's not what you're talking about, then I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, the one that Jesus said, yeah, he's fine now. He's completely fine now. He's released like a couple more songs, and then there was like someone else that broke his leg. Yeah, I told you about him. Yeah, his name is Forrest Frank. But there was another artist that broke their leg, and so he had wrote a song where he's like, "I'm standing on the rock because Christ is like the solid foundation that, you know, all things are built upon him, you know, our theology and whatnot." Sorry, Sabrina was texting me, so I got distracted. But yeah, so he wrote like a rock song about you might not be able to stand, but you can stand on the rock. It's been a strange couple weeks for Forrest Frank and other Christian artists. They've just been making lemons into lemonade. Okay, so let's do her lips. How would a toe song even go? Because the back song is like, God's got my back, even when I'm low or something. I listen to it all the time. How do I not know the lyrics? Even when I'm low or feeling like God's got my back. Something, I don't have to worry about tomorrow. Something, sorrow. I don't know. I've listened to it so many times because at first I just thought it was funny, but then there are parts of the song I was like, okay, I actually like this. It was just like, oh, well, you goofball. And then when he was like laying in bed, there was another group. God's got my toe, even when I'm low. I don't gotta worry about where I walk or something. Something like that, yeah. Why does this feel weird? Because that's about My line was off. That's awesome. But I feel like I have her jaw too high because it's basically at the end of the canvas. Okay, so I had her lips too high and the jaw too high. Awesome, guys. Just like I love this song. I never remember what it's called though, but I love this song. What's it called? Requiem in D minor. Of course it's called Requiem in D minor. Oh. There we go. That's a little better. Not really. I didn't realize how janky it was after I punched it. There we go. Now you guys can see what I'm doing. You know, when I was younger and I would see her, I would always think Morticia, but I've seen the John Wick film so many times. Now I see her and it's just like, you know, I can't think of the character's name, but I think of her in John Wick. I feel like I have her so angular. I don't feel like the bridge on her nose is even that high. There's a lot of forehead action going though. I think I might actually need to lower the forehead a little bit. Then pencil thin eyebrows. That was the thing back then. And now everybody's got the bushiest eyebrows I've ever seen. I like imagining people critiquing classical music when they got played for the first time like people do today. Did you see Mozart drop the new play? Yeah, I heard it knocked some people out. Yeah. And people don't change much, so I'm guessing that that's what people were like back then. I feel like she looks like one of those statues. You know, where it's just like overly elongated for no reason. And basically what I'm saying is I'm doing a terrible job. Or at least it feels like I'm doing a terrible job. God's got my back. Yeah, same. I can never say his name right though. It's like Tchaikovsky. Is that how you say it? Is the T silent? Is it no? Is it just Tchaikovsky? Tchaikovsky? I don't know. When I see his name, I'm like, oh yeah. Yeah, the T is silent. Tchaikovsky. I had only like seen his name written, and the first time I said his name out loud, or attempted to, I was in a conversation with Katrina about how good his music is, and she's like, I'm sorry, who are you talking about? And I was like, the guy that did this song. And then I like pulled up the song sheet, and then she said his name the way it's supposed to be, and I was just like, are you sure? Okay, well, whatever, you know who I'm talking about. But she was just like, who are you talking about? I'm just like, me immediately saying 1,000 things wrong with it, but not knowing how to start to fix any of it. Eyebrows higher? Question mark? She's a lot of makeup. It's almost as if those eyebrows aren't real with how high they are. I don't like her face. I don't like how I drew her face. Her eyes are too big. I can definitely see that at least. Because if the hair is like over here, like draping like that. Hey, Miss Fortune 500! How's it going? Okay, that's better. That's a manageable Manageable size. Sorry, my dad started to call me. That's why I cut off my sentence in the middle like that. Okay, and then she's got all this eye makeup. Her eyes are big because of the makeup, not because they're actually big. I think I just have a problem with drawing Western style noses. Give me a second, my dad has texted me. Yeah, I think I just need more practice drawing European noses. Because there's a part of me that just always wants to draw like wider set noses and nostrils and stuff, and like it's completely subconscious. It's not something that I try to do. I want to draw portraits accurately, but when I just go to sketching, people just tend to have wider noses. And my high school drawing teacher, she told me that people tend to draw them when people draw themselves, not themselves, when people draw other people, they tend to draw features that look like themselves. And so sometimes I just subconsciously just draw people with wider nostrils, and it's not something I ever intend to do, especially since I've been drawing a lot of white people lately. It's like, I'm not trying to make them black, I swear. I swear. Everybody just gets a little bit of the melanin. Everybody just gets a little bit more when I'm drawing them. Oh, I still think that's too high. Okay. We trying, guys. We gonna get there. Just don't color them as ashy. It's funny, Zumbo. Hey, Shantae, how you doing? Trying not to make a wide nose, I swear. I swear. Let's just come back to Mama. We gonna go back to Uncle Fester. guys can now see what I am painting. Sorry, a little bit of gas. Okay. I will fix Mama later. And, well, I definitely know I need magenta. Let me not grab that new one. Use up this old one first. I'm gonna need magenta. I'm gonna need some shades of blue, some light pink, some black. Yeah, this is awkward. I'm gonna do it this way. I always have it this way. I don't know why it was the other way. Come on, magenta. Here we go. Okay. Black. Pale pink. What else did I say? I have a blue. Black, pale, pink, white, a touch of red for the eyes. Touch of red for the eyes. Okay, I'm gonna roll up my sleeves because I already got paint on them earlier. And I actually had the foresight to use a tinted canvas this time, guys, and so we're not going to have the same problems that we had with Superman and Superman. Isn't that great? Putting magenta down first, then gonna build up some darker things for around his eyes. a really cold and drizzly day today. And by cold, I mean it's like 50 something. No, it just feels super cold. It's just wet and 74. I thought it was a lot colder. But I walked outside with a jacket and I'm just like, I actually need a jacket today. Because usually I just take a jacket just in case, because most places just love to crank the AC way too high. It's like I want to wear stuff for the weather outside, but I have to dress for the weather inside, and I just don't. I don't like it, guys. You would think on days where it's like 70 something, people would adjust their AC so it didn't feel like it's like 62 inside their stores or their businesses or wherever, but nope, they just still crank the AC so high for no reason. It's like they want to torture people. Guys, I just realized my water cup is way over there. It's in the other room. Well, I'm gonna have to go get up and get that on time. I have to carefully place my foot in my shoe. Okay, there we go. I have it now. You know, honestly, I'm surprised I'm not like crashing. I barely got any sleep last night. And when I say barely, I mean like 3.5 hours. I tried to go back to sleep, but I woke up and started thinking about all the things that I had to do, and I was just like, please no. I don't have to be awake right now. And then I got up and immediately started doing things. I cleaned the kitchen and did some laundry and it's good to get things done though, I guess. I'll just sleep good tonight. I think some hairs from the wig are starting to get away from the braids because I just randomly have that feeling of like a spider web touching your face, but I know it's just hair. Yeah, I usually keep my hair short because I don't like the feeling of like a single strand of hair touching me. It's it gives me the heebie-jeebies. My best friend in high school, she had this really long curly hair, but like when we would hang out sometimes just like one of her hairs would just like fall off and then I would just be like, no, your spiderweb hair, like I'm like, you're shedding like a dog, which was mean to say, you know. But I mean, you know, kids will be kids. I mean, I was a teenager, so teenager will teenage, I guess, but yeah, sometimes kids just are the most sensitive creatures. And sometimes people in general are most sensitive. People are people. And people are people. And I'm a person. No matter how many times I try to assert that I am a robot and don't have feelings, I'm actually a very sensitive person. When I was a kid, I was the type of kid that would cry if you yelled at them. I'm not like that now. Now I yell back. But as a child, I would just combust. Clinkerware. Yeah, I wanted to... All of the stoic characters in media, Data, Spock, Wednesday, whoever didn't show much emotion, that's who I wanted to be as a child. And then I grew up to be like this weird amalgamation of people, of like socially awkward behaviors, because I'm just like, yep, you gotta be like a robot, can't like emote and stuff. And sometimes I have to remind myself that it's okay to make facial expressions. But other times I have to catch my facial expressions because they can be too expressive, and then I get in trouble for the things that I think with my face. And when I say get in trouble, it's more like people are like, just say it out loud, you thinking it, I can read it on your face. And then there's a conversation about what I said. It's like, you should have just read the face subtitles. Y'all should have just let me be a robot. Because now my faces are hurting your feelings. But yeah, I wanted to be a robot, a clanker, a metalhead.
I used to think things would be easier if, I just didn't show any emotions or didn't have lots of self-expression and things like that, but the emotion that would leak through was anger. And I didn't regulate it well all the time. But I definitely didn't want to tell people, like, when I was bothered by something or when something hurt my feelings, because I used to be a kid that cried all the time. Because I'm one of those people that cry when they're frustrated. And so sometimes... Now it's more like I've overworked myself and I'm frustrated, or I'm frustrated because I don't have enough time to do X, Y, Z, that sort of stuff. Now it's like... That's more like with the frustration. From the moment I understood the weakness of my flesh, it disgusted me. Yeah. Relatable, Shantae? Yeah. It's not good to keep in all your emotions. I mean, some things... like anger and stuff, a lot that can be dealt with, especially if it's like deep resentment or something. It can definitely be like dealt with and talked about in therapy and other stuff, but repressing emotions isn't good for you, whether they're bad or good emotions. It's we're meant to feel the things that we feel. I crave the strength and certainty of steel. I aspire to the purity of the blessed machine. Okay. Mr. What is this? Blade Runner 2027 or... Ghost in the Shell or, something like that. It's not good to want to be robots. We're humans. We're made to be humans. We were made in God's image. Yes, there are things that we can always improve and work on and stuff, but it's not good to repress things. Things Wednesday Addams would never say. Oh, it's Warhammer 40k. Okay. My bad. The Adeptus Machina speech. I'm sorry, I was not familiar with your game. By the way, do you know how awkward it was walking to the office like this today? Because my office is right across from the multi-purpose room, and there's like a kitchen and stuff like that, and so I went to go in to like heat up my sandwich so I could eat my lunch. And I was sure that it was empty, but then when I walked in, I saw two dudes also eating their lunch, and I'm just like, I'm in costume in the middle of all of this.
And I just kept telling myself, like, they're looking at their phones, they're looking at their phones, they're looking at their phones, they're not paying attention to you. It's sort of strange, like, being somewhere and, like, you keep running into people, but, like, nobody says anything. Like, they look at you, acknowledge that you exist, but then there's no conversation. I'm not used to that. I was, in fact, perceived and in costume. It's like I don't know any of these people, but I'm used to, like, you know, retail spaces or, like, church spaces where it's like you go, you just conversate. But I don't know. It's like I don't want to bother people because they're just quietly eating their lunches, but also it's just like I feel weird with it just being silent besides the sound of all of our chewing. I don't know. Maybe tomorrow or the next time I come into the office, I'll have a conversation with someone. But it's just in the mutual spaces, no one says anything, and it's just kind of weird. Purple he was. Like super purple. You can use a touch more pink in certain areas. I mean, he still is a pale man.
I guess the music stopped. It was a short playlist. I know it's still going. It's just really quiet. It's so quiet. I'm just gonna skip to the next one. That's the thing about classical music, sometimes it's just... Oh, it was for release? It was so quiet, I couldn't hear anything. Maybe I'll go back to it. I'll go back. I had to like turn it up so loud. I don't know. Can I go back? Yeah, okay, I had to expand it. Playlist. Pause. Go backwards. It's not listening to me. It's not aware. Well, there's a way to solve this. I'll find one that isn't so quiet. That rendition was so quiet. Didn't want it to be that red. Looks like blood in his eyes. I'm sure an Addams wouldn't mind if their eyes are bleeding, but...
When Kroger Pharmacy is on your side, our
like this is a pretty good Uncle Fester. It's not 100% humanoid. I think looking at him, you would know who he is. I'm sorry, Shantae, I missed your message. You're welcome. Now we need to revisit Mama Addams. This... I don't like wearing hats or anything because I don't like having things on my head, so this is just I want to rip this off my head, but my hair is... I straightened my hair this morning and that was it. So if I take it off, it'll just... in all sorts of directions. I've not put any product in it to keep it down. And I'm not doing that on stream. I'll do it for a joke, but not during a live stream. I know the nose is wrong. I know the nose is wrong, but there's just... I'm just gonna move the wig around a little bit. You know, there's photographs of me as a baby in like this sailor outfit. They came with this cute little hat, and the whole time they're trying to take photos of me, it's like one photo I'm like this, the next photo I'm like this, the next photo the hat's to my hand, and then down. And they keep trying to put the hat back on in different photos, and then I just don't want it on there. And I've been the same way my entire life. Like sometimes, when I was a teenager, you know, it was trendy to wear those hats, those like crocheted or knitted hats that were, you know, beyond like half your head. And some days when I was like too lazy to do my hair for real, I would put on one of those hats and then I would regret it because I'm just like, there's something on my head. And like doing like ponytails or like buns or headbands and stuff like that. It's I don't know. I'm sorry, my eyes are just a little itchy. Okay, this nose is horrible. Horrible. I'm gonna erase the nose. I'm going to at least see how the eyes look compared to the rest of everything.
focus, phone. Phone, I need you to focus. I need you to focus so I can take the photo, please. Okay. Now I just have to email that to myself. I'll be sad when summer's gone, but I'll be glad when allergy season's gone. I wake up and my eyes are itchy, my nose is congested, and it's just dripping, and there's like no real like mucus, it's just like, it drips for like a second, and then you're like, what's going on? Did I not attach the photo? I think I sent myself like email. I was trying to forget. Stronger allergy medication. I felt like, like I'm feeling better, but just knowing I had to get stronger allergy medication. You know, they used to make fun of kids on cartoons for stuff like that, and now it's just my life. I'm 30 years old and developed seasonal allergies. Isn't that great? These problems before. Not have these problems before. I had problems with my eczema, but that was about it. It was just like waking up and being congested and your eyes are itchy and all that stuff. Say I line up the jaw, right? I think I'm trying really hard. Well, let's line up the hairline, right? Let's line up the hairline. Not necessarily like some parts that I have. Eyes aren't terrible, actually. The right eye, it needs to be moved. Like, it needs to be rotated a little bit. The lips are wrong. Nose is, I fixed the nose a bunch of times, but it's still kind of there. And I can actually move some of this hair. Moving the hair again. This time we're doing more jaw. Well, I guess both times I was trying to get a more jawline. And this eye.
to make it go. It's like the eye was sort of in the right place, it was just the shape was wrong. Let's see about her eyebrows. Okay, eyebrows are fine. It's just everything else about her face. Let's check the mouth. Okay, mouth is too small. Okay. I just need to extend the lid. How about the bottom? Okay, now if I can figure out this nose, will be Gucci, everybody. We'll be name brand and on our way to better things. I do want to say that I have my first painting tutorial available on my site. It is you can have, if you have your own materials and don't want to like buy materials from me or just want to buy the materials yourself, that's completely fine. I list the materials that are needed for the thing. Everything is listed. It's under painting lessons. Once you scroll down past the booking, it has the online thing, and then once you purchase the thing, then you can get access to the tutorial, and you guys can do that in your own time. You guys will have complete full access to it. So yeah, that's exciting. I'm excited for it. I'm excited for people to. I'm excited to be done with it, first of all, and I'm excited for people to be able to do that lesson. And I think maybe I'll schedule. Put some things on my social media about if you guys want to follow this lesson live. The painting, it's all the way over there. I'll show you guys the painting that is a part of the tutorial. Not a part of the tutorial, but the tutorial is for. It's going to take the whole screen. But this is the first lesson, first painting for the first lesson that is available to you guys. A full in-depth tutorial. You guys hear my commentary. You hear me give lessons on like how to paint certain things and about lighting and how to hold your brush and other stuff like that. And there are subtitles for those that are hearing impaired. So, or even those that don't speak English very well. And you might not know what I'm saying, but the words are on the screen, so there is subtitles in the tutorial as well. If you guys want to check that out on my website, you can go to tinatexporters.com/lessons. And so that is the first lesson available for you guys. And then I do have some other things recorded, just nothing else edited and available. But I'm excited for you guys to be able to participate and make this painting if you want at your own leisure. But back to Morticia. Oh wow, this looks more like her already.
at one of those parts in the film where it's just like that Hollywood smoky eye, well, not like smoky eye, but like the Hollywood lighting effect where like just this part of the face is just like this beautification. You know, it's just I loved it every time they had that like beautifying glow on her. It just, I've seen the Addams Family and the Addams Family values so many times as a child. I wanted to grow up and be Wednesday Addams. I really did. I wear black so much that my niece walked up to me and she was like, Tita, why are you always dressed like Wednesday? And I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, every time you come to church, you're dressed in all black. And I'm like, not every time. And she was like, yes, every time, all the time. And then she just, you know, started being like a goofy kid and then just like made up a song about it or whatever. Or like a rhyme and a dance. It wasn't exactly a song, but the next time I saw her and I went to church, I made sure I was wearing not black, and I was like, do I look like Wednesday Addams today? And she was like, yes, you always look like Wednesday Addams. Even if you're wearing color. You're always Wednesday Addams. So I was just like, okay. Okay, kid. This might be a bit too purple. Maybe, who knows? See, because I want one of this and the coloring is different. Okay, yeah. Let me get a little touch of brown. And some base layers. I had way too much moisture in most of this, and so it's gonna be a minute before I can blend and do certain things.
some metallics I could use for her makeup, but they're far away. I guess I could always use acrylic shoe paint and see how that goes on canvas. I mean, I guess I paint on canvas shoes. It wouldn't. I don't think it'll be that. I don't think it'd be that big of a difference, honestly. You know, in Addams Family Values, it's a shame that Debbie was such a psycho, because, well, at least a psycho that wanted to kill them, because she would have got along with the family really well. You know, I'm sure they just would have, like, split the money with her. She didn't have to be an egomaniac about it. But of course, you know, the show needed a... I mean, not the show, the movie needed a villain. I know she played her cards right. I know she didn't want to be married to Fester and all that, but... if she played her cards right, she definitely could have just been in Addams, but I know she was a Black Widow and would go in and kill a bunch of men for their money and whatnot, but she's willing to do something with Festa. Because you go back and watch that scene, you just like, excuse me? Like, you see something as a child that you like catch as an adult, and you're just like, oh my. Oh, yeah, it was still too wet. Look at that. It's starting to spread. It's starting to spread. It's ruining her forehead. One thing I enjoy about the new Wednesday show is that they include former Addams Family cast members in things, like how Christina Ricci was the... I don't want to spoil anything, but Christina Ricci was in the first season, and then Christopher Lloyd is in the second. Getting a little bit of shoe paint. Not even from the bottle, I'm just gonna get some from the cap. And this stuff, it has to be... If I'll be able to get to Thing. I probably won't be able to get to Thing. It'll probably just be these two, but that's fine. And I'm not wearing this wig a second day. Shoot, messed up her lip. Did need to paint over those lines though.
not think this would turn out as good. I was very skeptical, mainly because of my first sketch. I did not think this would. Of course, there are things that and there are things that could obviously be adjusted, but I think there are definitely similarities. There are definitely things that you look at, you see, and you're like, okay, that's Morticia.
there's just highlight on this part of her face, and so there needs to be this highlight on this part of her hair. Don't worry, I'm not gonna leave it like this. We'll do a couple things on Fester's face, just to give him some age lines. All right, there we have. Well, actually, let me just do her eyelashes. There's a shine in her eyes that I did not put. There we go. All right, there we have it. Morticia Addams and Fester Addams. I'm glad that these turned out so good. Because I was nervous, honestly, but I'm glad that these turned out good, and I had a good time making them. But anyway, I hope you guys had a good time watching, whether you were on Twitch or YouTube, or whether you're going to be watching this back again on YouTube later. Yeah, I'll add these to my store shortly. And you guys can check out a bunch of other stuff that I have available on tinastextportraits.com. All the paintings that I've made before, the paintings I have available, the prints I have available. Oh, there also is a couple new things under accessories. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick. Alright, I already have a page open. Well, actually, it used to just be called apparel, but it's called apparel and accessories now. Because there were other things besides apparel there. Anyway, okay, so I added some things to the shop. First of all, we have this Marvel characters jacket. It has the Marvel characters print and then like a repeating pattern, and the rest of the jacket is left untouched. But it is a nice little windbreaker. I think it's pretty cool. I might do something similar with like one of my watercolor prints. We have a Marvel skater dress. Again, it's the Marvel print repeated. And finally, I know this is all with the Marvel print, but I am working on a print that is solely different types of animals. I'm doing an aquatic version, and then I'm going to do like a land version, where it's going to be different minis that I've made that have like the aquatic one. It's like jellyfish and penguins and sharks and the different types of fish and the things that I've done along those lines. And so yeah. It's those types of things. Sorry, I'm just turning down the music. Well, I already turned it down, but it was so, I love the song, but it was so loud. But the last and final thing that is added to the shop, I will do the same thing with the different animal prints, is you guys can get a puzzle. I know my mom was big on puzzles, and I used to be like, who's the type of people that would make puzzles? I saw it available on Printful, and I was like, why not? Someone might want this. I might get one just to see what it's like. But there's different sizes. The smallest size they have is like a 30 piece, which, you know, you can like do with the kids or something. And the next size up is 110 puzzle pieces, you know, still doable for children. The size up from that is 252 pieces. And then the size up from that is 500 pieces, which is, you know, decent puzzle size, and it's so easy. It's got this nice white border. It'll really help decipher things. And then there's a 1,000-piece puzzle, and then there's a 2,000-piece puzzle. I don't think I had an option to like limit which puzzle sizes, because I don't know who's gonna get a 2,000-piece puzzle for $52.50. But you know, I think like a 500-piece puzzle for like $33.50. I feel like that's pretty doable. I feel like that's, or even like a 250 for like $27. I feel like, you know, that's something you'd get in like Go calendars or something. But yeah, that's just something new to the shop that you guys can get. And I am gonna make different versions of this as well. Like I said, I am working on a collage with like the animals and stuff. So yeah, it's gonna be a nice little thing. And now there are different product reviews. I didn't notice that these were there before, but different product reviews are there. So a little tear makes me happy. I didn't even like enable that until like within the, I think last year's I enabled like product reviews, and look at that, guys. I got a 5 out of 5 star rating. But yeah, those are just some different things that you guys can check out if you so want. And of course, all the regular apparel stuff is there. I moved some things around. Like I moved all the cursed images to the very bottom. But the newer products, besides, I left Jesus up top because I'm not gonna move Jesus from the top spot, you know. But other things I have there. Newer products will be like at the forefront. But like after the Marvel stuff, it'll be like a line of like oh, I feel like Twitch is in an ad break right now. I did not mean, I thought I was snoozing the ad break to like tell it to go later, not just dismiss the snoozing. Okay, my bad. That's I'm gonna they're gonna get out of an ad and then immediately the stream's gonna be over. I feel bad. Feels bad, guys. It feels bad. But yeah. That's what I was worked on yesterday like before I went to the doctor, and then like after I went to the doctor. I was just like trying on different products. Because I know I have so much art and I keep making more art, but sometimes I want to utilize the stuff that I've already made and like repurpose it for different things, because I make so much, and I feel like some of the weight off my shoulders could be lifted if I just was a little smarter about the things that I make and some of the products. And you know, making things for a purpose, not just making things just to make things. But anyway, that's my rambling rant about that. But I can show you guys. Actually, no, I can't show you this. I thought I had it open. I did not have it open. I can open it back up.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so, oh yeah, there it is. You guys can see it. I thought I had it, whatever. I thought I had it like dismissed and like small, but I guess not. Anyway, these are all the fishy things that I have arranged so far. I think this will be so cute as a puzzle. I think this will be so neat. Or like even like on a backpack or something. I just have to like go through and find different images I've made of fish and aquatic animals. Like I have a bunch of jellyfish, I have a bunch of octopi, but I don't want to just like fill up 6 more spaces, right? No, 5 more spaces with things I've already made. I guess I could just rearrange it and then just like put one more thing and then just resize things and stuff like that, or rearrange it. I guess I could do that, but I guess I could do that. But, yeah, that's just something that's gonna be available very soon, in probably like t-shirt form and definitely puzzle form, because I think that would be just so cute. I think that'd be so cute. And maybe put a couple things on mugs or something. Yeah, I mean, you never know what people might want. Anyway, I'm rambling. I've been rambling for a minute, but looking at this on screen, it's got that like the Hollywood shine on. I did a good job. I'm just excited. Okay, I'm gonna channel my inner Wednesday. I hope you enjoyed this live stream. I don't even know if she would say that. I feel like my wig is... But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this live stream. I'll catch you guys again on Thursday. I don't know what I'll be painting, or even if I'll be painting. I might make a text portrait. It's been a while, who knows. I'll just probably have to rest my hand and stop doing so many things. But, yeah, I will catch you guys later. I'm going to eventually take off this wig and do other things in my life. But, but you guys have a good one. Oh, thank you, Shantae. I appreciate that. But I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys on Thursday. Goodbye.